Hello Orchid friends, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, staying healthy and staying safe. A few months ago, I repotted my violacea, coerulea. And this video is a bloom video, but I thought I would include some photos of the repot so you kind of see what I did. So, because it was growing a lot of aerial roots and the cup was only 8 ounce, the container was small, so I thought it was time for me to basically repot this orchid. It was not because of root rot or anything. As you can see, the roots were pretty good. I just needed to trim off a couple dead root tissues. It was very minimal. It was like maybe 4, and then the rest of them were really good roots, and then a bunch of aerial roots. So I had to wet them, all of them, including aerial roots, so that they're soft enough that I could then simply gradually, slowly, patiently push them into the new container. And this new container really is a recycle. It was a pot that came with from a miniature Phalaenopsis orchid from a grocery store. I love this kind of pot, this kind of container, because it has a lot of pre-drilled ventilation holes on the sides. Okay, so the medium that I use is a mixture of Munto clay, the bigger pebble, and then the smaller pebble is hydrocorn. Now, because this orchid was healthy, the media was good, so I actually reused the same medium. I did not sterilize it or anything because it's from the same orchid. There's nothing wrong, doesn't smell. It's just that I needed to transfer it to a different container, so I reused it. I dump it out, cut the roots, reuse the old media. So it was a very easy, quick, maybe 3-minute, 5-minute repot, and that was it. And then after the repot, I still put it into a 12-ounce plastic cup. It's transparent. I use that as a saucer, and then the blue outer cup really is just as a decorative pot, but then also serves the purpose of blocking out sunlight so that way I can avoid algae. And then the following summer, this orchid started to put out its second flower spike ever. Last year, this orchid bloomed for the very first time, and then this time around, it's putting out its second flower spike and giving me the first flower. Eventually, this orchid gave me 2 flowers, which you'll see later in the video. But yeah, everything went well. The repot didn't set back this orchid. In fact, I think it helped this orchid tremendously now that it has a lot more roots in the media, and that way it can even have more roots to take up water and nutrients. And I think, it just went well. And this orchid responded to the repot and the bigger container very positively, because the root production just took off as well. It grew even more roots, and I think it really likes the ventilation holes, and without extra ventilation, I think it just really loves it. Later, you'll also see a video of this orchid's current root system, the state of the root system, so you'll see what I meant. So violacea is a species, and this orchid, when mature, the flower spike does continue to be green, but for a young plant like this, typically the flower spike would die back after the bloom season is finished. So that's what happened last year, but this year I would imagine that the flower spike would also yellow after the flowers are done. So this is now the second bloom. The fragrance is a little sweet, but not too sweet, primarily because violacea always comes with this little spicy cinnamony fragrance. And for me anyways, it smells almost like cough syrup. Like you can tell that there's some sweetness to it, but it's not the same thing as the spirulina sweetness. So it may not be your cup of tea. I didn't buy this orchid for the fragrance. It's really more the fact that it's a species and it's a coerulea form, and I needed another $20 orchid to get free shipping. And that's what I did. I just ordered something just to get free shipping, and this orchid was 20 bucks, I think. At the time, it was not expensive, so I thought, yeah, I might as well get another orchid, try it out, and see how it grows under my care, and that's what happened. Okay, so here's the video clip of this orchid's second bloom. It's doing really well. I really think that this orchid will be in this what I call the autopilot mode, meaning unless there is any root rot issue or pest issue, I probably don't ever have to repot this orchid. Okay, maybe another instance where I'll have to repot this orchid is when this orchid continue to grow crazy area roots. Then that would be another time that I would repot this orchid into a bigger container, or just to even get those area roots into the same container. We'll see what happens, but otherwise I really don't have to worry. And as you can see here, lots of roots have grown out of the inner cup through the ventilation holes or through the drainage holes toward the bottom. So all in all, I think this orchid just completely loving this container and the way that it's receiving water and nutrients. So that's what I meant by autopilot. I don't really have to do much anymore. In terms of water amount, this orchid gets 1/4 cup of water every single time, except the last watering cycle of the month. I will only soak this orchid with just pure water in this 16-ounce transparent pot, this plastic cup as a saucer. I soak it, and then I will dump out the water completely, and that will be the last watering cycle. Otherwise, this orchid really is not fussy, very easy to take care of. Any blooms, since it becomes a mature plant, it has just been blooming every year, last year and this year. Okay, coming up, it's a video clip that I have used before, but it was a clip that I took of all my Bellinas, different varieties, and then along with this violacea coerulea when it was in its first ever bloom, and I just took a side-by-side video of all of them on my growing rack in the sunroom, just to kind of see, just to give you a sense of what they look like and how they compare to one another. Hopefully you enjoyed this clip as well. This is last year's video clip, but I thought I would include it here in case you missed that video. All in all, violacea coerulea, I think it did good this year, and next year I hope it does even better. This is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!